Hello everyone, it is now Tuesday. Let me make sure I'm not even. It is the 9th, Tuesday the 9th of June. Have you all lost your minds yet, like a lot of people? Can you believe the negativeness and the hate that's coming out of the closet because of the movement for justice? All the hateful, crazy people? Isn't it weird? Okay, let's talk music. I got a BCLT yesterday. I'll get to it, but right quick, I was just playing this, making some old music Friday videos. This will be featured in one of them. The soundtrack to Planete Sauvage. You've seen this animated classic movie, right? This is a reissue of the soundtrack. Love this soundtrack. It's so moody and melancholy. It really fits the film really well. This is one where I do like the film and have the film in my collection. Alain Goraguer, however you say his last name. He's French. It's a good album. So yeah, I'm just watching every day. It's interesting, the crap that people are coming up to, make the excuses that people are trying to make for wanting things to stay the same, to deny people like myself the ability to have equal rights. It's really weird to me. What's wrong with this world? Okay, so a fella named Dominic, I'm assuming it's a fella, but a person named Dominic contacted me a while back, said they wanted to send me something, wouldn't tell me what it is. They wanted to surprise me, and it came yesterday, and both records I didn't have. It very often, folks, however you see me being arrogant or whatever, but very often when people send me stuff, I do already know about it or have it. Dominic, you came through. I didn't know about either of these records at all. So here is one that goes back to 1969. This is a reissue of it. The Patron Saints Fohhoh Bohob. This is very interesting. It comes with a booklet and a single. This is very, it sounds like some kids who are on the verge between high school and college, making music, having fun with it. There's an innocence to it, but there's also flashes of good playing. I find this record interesting. It could, to me, it almost could be a parody joke, because it says that this, I looked it up on Discogs, and it claims that these guys are still going, and that this was recorded in 1969. But it sounds like it could have been done now. It sounds like it could be a joke. The singing is really awful. It's very what's going on with my computer here? Very naive sounding. I shouldn't be trying to do two things at once. Okay, so I won't do that. All right, I'll just keep doing this. And but my first listen through, I enjoyed it. I have not. The last thing I do with a lot of these records is try to get into the lyrics, because quite often that just turns me off. And this one, it looks like, with this booklet and whatever it's about, it's very interesting, but I haven't really jumped into what this is all about. But interestingly, this booklet, it's like it's all so handmade. It's very cool. Look at that, like somebody made it for a school project or something. I love receiving stuff like this. I really do. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Dominic. Now, the other record he sent is just what I'm looking for, among other things. But it is the type of sound that I love, and I'm always want more of. I had not heard of this artist, Botany. It's a single guy, but he goes by the name of Botany. Deepak Verbera is the name of this. Came out in 2016. Now, there's this big story on the back I don't know if it's true or fiction, but it sets up what this music is supposed to be, what he's trying to capture, and it's a cool story. But I'll tell you, it didn't need it. This is gorgeous, beautiful, and it does sound like it's music trying to be channeled in from another dimension or time. Isn't that nice vinyl? I've listened to this already a couple times because it's just what I like. It's psychedelic and ambient. Very heady stuff. Thank you, Dominic, very much. Thank you. I've had to tell people because people are trying harder and harder on Messenger, and I almost want to get rid of Messenger. Trying harder and harder to just get me to just talk and talk and talk, and each individual doesn't realize how much this is happening, and I'm just setting a boundary. You know, I've had a couple of folks tell me they think them, you know, why am I being short with them? And I said, well, it was because I'm inundated. Everybody wants to talk. I don't like Messenger, but I keep it because I need it for business. So some other records, but you let me get these, okay? So when it comes to collecting, and when it comes to progressive rock, one of the schools of prog rock that caught my attention and interest early on was the Italian school. Now, it doesn't mean that I think that the Italian school of progressive rock is the best. It's just that I like their style. And I just like how they go about it. So throughout my years of collecting, that's one area of prog I have focused on. And recently, I've added some reissues of prog Italian albums I've always wanted. And these are records where, man, these bugs getting into my house, okay? These are records where the originals are expensive. So I got this one, and I've had most of these on burn for years. So I finally got Metamorfosi's Inferno album. This is wild. This is musically very, very wild. I love it. Keyboard oriented. It does sound hellish in a way. The vocals on here are almost operatic. That's one thing I got to say about the Italian school. Like Banco del Mutuo Soccorso, the vocals can be a little bit over the top, sometimes operatic, a little bit disconcerting to me, but I just, you know, I like what they do, so I just accept the whole package. So the lyrics, the vocals on here are the least interesting thing to me. But musically, this doesn't sound like the guys that they got inspired by. That's what I like. They've taken it and done their own thing with it. Here's another one. Been after this one for a while. Alusa Fallax. Intorno alla mia cattiva educazione. From the 70s. Love these covers. I love gatefolds. The whole aesthetic. This one is prog, but it also has some short numbers where I wonder if they got this on the radio. Alusa Fallax. This is, again, very tuneful. But the one that came through yesterday, I'm super happy. I've been after this album for years, and this is a monster progressive rock album from Italy. Finally, I have a copy of Semiramis. Dedicato a Frazz. Look at that wild-ass cover. You know, is that man, has he seen something? It's very strange. What does it mean? I don't know. But it's very fitting for this very imaginative album. And the gatefold. This is a gatefold. That's a gatefold. That is killer. I love it. And it fits the music. It really fits the music well. I've been after this album for years. Semiramis. Dedicato a Frazz. This one, it's not just a Nostalgia Trip, that's a good album. It still sounds great. Some of the records that I played, this is a historic album, and it's just so topical for what's going on. Sweetback's Badass Song. This is the music from the film that Melvin Van Peebles made that basically inspired blaxploitation. But this was pioneering, and it's dealing with what we're still dealing with, which is racism. Systemic racism. White hatred. People got the nerve to come and tell me, you hate white people. No, I'm speaking up. I'm the one hated. Y'all hating on me. It's so bizarre and insane to speak up and say we're tired of injustice, and having the ones who are meeting it out saying, you're being hateful. How sick. That's what we're dealing with. This is so good. On the Stax label, very, very timely and topical. Fusioon, Spanish band. This is so good. That classically inspired keyboard run type of sound. This one is really good because it just keeps changing all the time. Really good. Green vinyl. I love Supersister, and so I played this again. I recently got a reissue on red vinyl from Anthony Ferraro, but I also have an original Dutch pressing too. Supersister, Present from Nancy. Great album. Very much inspired by Soft Machine and the Canterbury School. Matt Parker, if you're watching this, I am really devouring that Alain Holdsworth book. This is a peek into history to hear the development of Alain and how he played in many different circles of musicians and just soaked it all up. So as a document, this is very important. Very glad you put this out. Now, who is calling me at this time already? This is my brother already. Okay.
Hey man, how you doing?
I'm good. So folks, this is my brother. I'm making a video, Patrick. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video. Say hello to the world, Patrick.
Hello world. God bless everyone.
Okay, that's my younger brother. I'm going to sign off here, folks. Okay, talk to you in a minute.